Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay, with the Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office, is set to draft the tourism development plan for Pantao Port this year. As part of this plan's development, Provincial Tourism Officer Dorothy F. Collier recently took part in a benchmarking activity and visited Puerto Galera in Mindoro, known for its diving spots and beautiful beaches. According to Collier, the said visit aims to learn the place's practices in tourism development programs and activities which Pantao hopes to model in its tourism initiatives. PDCAO is also working on identifying destinations in the Visayas region to gain insights from their tourism sectors, particularly those related to coastal and near-port activities. Collier pointed out that the strategic location of the Pantao port in Libon's western coast provides a crucial route to Masbate Island, the Visayas, and Mindanao region. She also highlighted that the port's central placement in the Bicol Peninsula, linking mainland Bicol to southern Luzon and the National Capital Region, boosts economic prospects through tourism activities in addition to its cargo handling capabilities. In other story, the Diocese of Legazpi, through the Diocesan Commission on Youth, will conduct the 4th Youth Encounter Facilitators Seminar Workshop. The workshop will be held from May 29 to June 1, 2025 at Our Lady of the Gate Parish Church in Daraga. Each parish, quasi-parish, and mission statement or station is encouraged to send one qualified participant. In addition, applicants must submit a Youth Encounter Certificate of Participation and a Certificate of Appreciation as a facilitator. Participants must also bring personal essentials including beddings, hygiene kits, a rosary, Bible, medications, and writing materials. Meanwhile, registration is open from May 5 to 25 with only 53 slots available on a first-come, first-served basis with a 500 peso fee, which includes meals, accommodation, and materials. The 4-day seminar aims to empower young leaders who have completed and facilitated past youth encounter programs. In the national scene, the Department of Agriculture has initiated an investigation into 32 regions across Luzon where traders are reportedly buying rice from farmers at prices below production costs. Agriculture Chief Francisco Tu Laurel Jr. confirmed that the department has pinpointed several hotspots where these dubious transactions are occurring. While the identities of the involved traders are still being verified, Laurel emphasized that action is in progress. This move indicates a concerted effort by the Department of Agriculture to enhance price protection for farmers, many of whom continue to struggle with fluctuating market rates and middlemen who exploit harvest season to buy low and sell high. Laurel also disclosed that the department is examining the introduction of a national floor price for rice, a measure intended to protect farmers' income and ensure sustainability in the nation's rice production sector. Currently, the Department of Agriculture has recommended that fresh palay should be purchased at no less than 20 pesos per kilo, a figure considered adequate to cover most farmers' production costs and generate a modest profit. In other story, Vice President Sara Duterte might still face plunder charges if acquitted in her upcoming impeachment trial. Representative-elect Leila de Lima said, citing the prospects of the proceedings due to the new composition of the Senate. De Lima noted that while the recent elections suggest an increase in the number of senator judges who may vote in favor of the 30's acquittal, the quest for accountability will not conclude there, as the vice president could still encounter plunder allegations related to the alleged misuse of confidential funds. Although the impeachment process primarily aims to remove Duterte from office or permanently disqualify her from holding public office in a case of conviction, De Lima emphasized that filing plunder charges remains essential to ensure that the official is held accountable for her wrongdoings. In other news, Malacanang announced that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered an additional grant of 1,000 pesos in election honoraria for teachers and other poll workers who served in the 2025 midterm elections. In a press briefing, Presidential Communications Undersecretary and Palace Press Officer Attorney Claire Castro stated that this amount is in addition to the 2,000 pesos across the board increase in election allowances also mandated by the President. The Department of Budget and Management is instructed to establish new honoraria rates for members of the Electoral Board. 13,000 pesos for the chairperson, 12,000 pesos for each of the poll clerk and third member, and 9,000 pesos for support staff. The updated honoraria rates for volunteer staff members from the Department of Education are specified as follows: 12,000 pesos for supervisors, 9,000 pesos for their administrative support staff, and then 10,000 pesos for their technical support staff. The Commission on Elections reported that nearly 760,000 poll workers across the country provided their services during the May 12 elections. Malacanang praised these election workers for remaining until the early hours of the following day to protect the electoral process and ensure the accurate counting of votes. And in the news outside the country, India's plan to significantly expand its coal-based steel and iron productions could undermine global efforts to reduce carbon emissions from the sector, which is one of the largest industrial contributors to climate change, according to Global Energy Monitor. The iron and steel industry accounts for about 11% of global carbon dioxide emissions. India, the world's second-largest steel producers, aim to double its steel production capacity by 2030, a move that could push emission levels higher unless more sustainable methods are adapted. The report notes that shifting from traditional coal-dependent blast furnaces to electric arc furnaces is one of the most viable ways to reduce emissions in the sector. Electric arc furnaces, which melt scrap steel without using coal, are significantly cleaner, and even when powered by coal-based electricity grids. And finally, in the news outside the country, United States President Donald Trump will hold a phone call with Russia's Vladimir Putin as part of his long-standing effort to end the war ignited by Moscow's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Trump had vowed during the U.S. election campaign to halt the conflict within a day of taking office, but his diplomatic efforts have so far yielded little progress. Delegations from Russia and Ukraine held direct negotiations in Istanbul last week for the first time in nearly 3 years, but the talks ended without a commitment to a ceasefire. Both sides exchanged barbs, with Ukraine accusing Moscow of sending a token delegation of low-ranking officials. Following the negotiations, Trump announced that he would speak by phone with the Russian president in an effort to end the bloodshed in Ukraine, which has devastated large areas of the country and displaced millions of people. And that's all for the news at 12, May 21, 2025. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writer, Albay PIO and Erica Dumlao. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. And of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Baby Glenda Bungao. I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.